You're listening to a Big Gym Nation podcast on the Big Gym Nation podcast network. Shout out to Big Gym Nation.
What? That's right. It's time for another episode of the Cool Podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks to all the patrons. Hope everybody's hanging in there. I'm hanging in there and I'm ready to do another episode because it's fun. Well, as you can see with the big sound drop at the intro, things have changed a little bit around here since the last time that you listened to the episode, which was about a week ago. It usually comes out on Wednesday. Things have changed, and we're going to get into it on today's episode, and we've got a lot of other things to talk about with a lot of these segments that we've been doing now that you've heard so much about. So we're excited to get into it. So thanks for listening and for being a patron. And stick around. I hope you stick around. It's the Cool Podcast. Yep, it's looking a little bit different around here. Because now we've gone to a new podcast network. What? That's right. We had a lot to think about, a lot to consider with the stuff that Jeremy was talking about. And I stayed up late, racking my brain and tossing and turning and trying to think of what should I do? What's the best course of action for me and for the fans and for the patrons, and what do we do? I don't trust Jeremy anymore. I don't know what he's up to. I feel like I've been disrespected, and the only other option out there was a certain fellow that we had on the stream once, on the show, on the podcast. Never been on the stream. And well, he was starting up a network, so I thought, maybe we'll get some benefits out of that. And maybe a little bit of it was to get back at Jeremy, maybe, but it's mostly that we're devoted to the new network. It's a new fledgling network, the Big Gym Nation Podcast Network. And this is just a little sound that I came up with. This is Big Gym Fridge, so the fridge would sound like this, maybe. Like a freezing, like a cartoon frozen video game sound. So anyway, we're on the network. It's new. It's brand spanking new. We're the first one on the network, I think. I probably should look into that. See if maybe there's some more podcasts on here. But right now, we're the first ever. We're the pioneering podcast. Number one, baby. We couldn't get much bigger than that. We've dwarfed the competition over at the other network. And now we're at number one. We get all the benefits and all the good stuff that come from being the flagship show. And I can't wait for some of those benefits to come rolling in. I'm gonna drink a sip of my coffee, and then we're gonna get into it. Well, there's been some big news. Some big news right when we were getting into the podcast last week. Some big news happened. So we're going to go into a new segment, then talk about the big news. I want my coins. That's the new segment. I want my coin. We were doing the show last week, and wouldn't you know it, live on the air as we were going through talking about some of the Bitcoin scams. And it's almost like we predicted this. It's almost like when we start talking about things and investigating, things in the world come about that sort of sync up with some of the stuff that we're talking about. And in this case, it's all about Bitcoin scams, because that's what this segment's about. It's about Bitcoin. So we talked about some of the scams going down on YouTube about how Elon Musk was going to give you 5,000 Bitcoins. Well, Those are just people posting videos trying to get you to send them money. Well, this one, they took it up a whole other level. It was a big attack on Twitter. All these other accounts got hacked, and someone was posting about send in your information. We don't know exactly what happened on the hack. This is from The Verge. We don't know what happened or to what extent Twitter's own systems were compromised. The following unprecedented hacks of accounts, and that included the following: President Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Kanye West, Michael Bloomberg, and Apple. What? Some of the most popular names out there. Huge, big, verified accounts got hacked by somebody. We ought to get Paradox to look into it, but I don't know if he might not be our friend anymore. Maybe he'll come over, do his show on the Big Jim Nation podcast network. We still don't know what happened. They got compromised. One notable exception in the attack was the account of President Donald Trump. What? New York Times is now reporting that Trump's is that how you spell it? Trump's account. Is that how that works? Trump's account has special protections in place following past incidents, including when a third-party contractor used internal company tools to deactivate the account in 2017. Those protections may have spared Trump's account from being taken over, although it's not clear whether the hackers even attempted to assume control of his account. They might have been big Trumpers themselves. The national and international security implications of the Twitter attack are now becoming frighteningly clear, as hackers could have caused far more serious damage with access to such high-profile accounts. Whoa. Twitter says it won't restore access to their owners until we have certain we can do so securely. The company is still working to restore locked accounts, although it has confirmed that no password information was stolen by the hackers in order to control the affected accounts. Seemingly all the verified accounts belong to big profile companies. Around 130 accounts were targeted, with the attackers managing to take control of a small subset of those. And these are some of the biggest names in the biz. The accounts were compromised, according to Twitter. They haven't said anything about it, though. They're continuing to assess whether non-public data related to these accounts was compromised. So the Twitter is trying to do stuff. What did they say? What happened? They took an unprecedented measure of preventing verified accounts from tweeting at all, starting sometime around 6 p.m. Eastern. What? Twitter was shadow banning people. Is that okay to do? And then Jack says, tough day for us at Twitter. We all feel terrible this happened. We are diagnosing and will share everything we can when we have a complete understanding of what happened. Love and the heart emoji to our teammates working hard to make this right. It was a tough day. The chaos happened first with Elon Musk's Twitter account. It was compromised by a hacker trying to use the Bitcoin scam. And Bill Gates and all the other people got hacked. It was crazy. And that was right when we were talking about it. There was tweets from Gates and Musk and the accounts of Apple, Uber, Barack Obama, Jeff Bezos, Mike Bloomberg. It's unclear how widespread the operation was. It was a huge hack. So far, Twitter has confirmed that employee tools were used in the hack, but not which ones, or more than a theory as to how the hackers may have gotten access. So what did they do? Well, they posted stuff like, feeling grateful, doubling all payments sent to my Bitcoin address. You send 1,000, I'll send back 2,000. Only doing this for the next 30 minutes. And then he sent a crazy code to the Bitcoin address. And then the Cash App says, Hump Day sounds more like Giving Back Day. We're doubling all BTC payments into our COVID-19 fund. You send 1,000, we send 2,000 back, only for the next 30 minutes. Enjoy. As the Cash App said that. Apple says we're giving back to our community. We support Bitcoin and we believe you should too. It's a weird thing to post. Pretty weird. If you noticed all these accounts doing it at the same time, maybe you could figure it out. And then Kanye says, I'm giving back to my fans. All Bitcoin sent to my address below will be sent back doubled. And he's only doing a maximum of 10,000. So they did it, and they said only for the next 30 minutes. Jeff Bezos. And of course, and and I saw this on Twitter, if Jeff Bezos says he's trying to give back to his community, that there's some kind of something fishy going on. We don't like that. Let's see, Bezos, Wiz Khalifa, giving back to his community. Pretty much the same message on all these. It's crazy. Warren Buffett did it too. Holy moly. Joe Biden has been giving back to the community. Bloomberg, Barack, they're all sending out. And Mr. Beast. The hell's that? Mr. Beast. Never heard of that. Floyd Mayweather. And XXXTentacion. And he's dead, I think. Mr. Beast. What is that? And we're not going to go down the YouTube wormhole. We're still talking about Bitcoins. Massive hack. It was chaos and it was crazy. With Twitter reeling from the unprecedented attack, this is from Forbes, blockchain-based platform Revolution Populi is gearing up to launch soon to challenge the existing social media giants. It plans to use blockchain to give users control of their data and will chain link smart contacts to reward users for activity. Chainlink's link token is surging again, up 100% last month. The crypto markets are doing good. It's in this article. This is the Crypto Confidential from Forbes. But apparently some of our Coinbase, our favorite website, was able to stop some of the cryptos from going through due to this hack. But some people might have lost some Bitcoins. That's too bad. So what else do we have on the crypto? Well, driven by a decentralized finance boom, also known as a DeFi boom, the Ethereum blockchain serves as a component of applications for stablecoins and new decentralized lending market Compound. DeFi may even be helping to prop up Bitcoin to a lesser extent, with 241 million of Bitcoin currently locked in DeFi applications. Whoa, I can't believe that. I was wondering about that. About Bitcoin, and the demand for Bitcoin is growing. But DeFi, it's the new thing. It's the new thing going on. They're also trying a big experiment. The beach community in El Salvador. This is just some more Bitcoin news. Oh, God. From a beach community fueled by a donation worth 6 figures from an anonymous early investor in Bitcoin, and on the condition it wouldn't be cashed out as trying a grand experiment. Residents used Bitcoin to pay for anything from groceries to hardware supplies. Michael Peterson, the director of the Bitcoin Beach Initiative, also manages and fundraises for a missionary organization in El Salvador called Mission Sake, though he maintains that Bitcoin Beach is not religious. What the hell? We should call it Mission Coin. We love the coin. We worship the coin. That's strange. Making all these not poor, but these people, people in El Salvador, and some of them might be poor, use Bitcoin. Interesting. We'll come back to Bitcoin Beach. I'll save that for later. That's strange. So anyway, this is starting to remind me of the Weird News podcast where I just read news articles. So let's get into the next segment, everybody. It's one of our favorite segments, and let's do it. It's time to do the next segment. It's the podcast roundup. It's the podcast roundup. Well, let me just drink some more coffee. We're starting a new initiative on the podcast roundup, which is we're doing celeb podcasts, all for the month of July. So I guess we were a little bit late last week. It's about halfway through. So we got another week to do more celeb podcasts. I just decided that. All for the month of July, we're doing celeb podcasts. I thought I would get into that and get away from some of these weird podcasts that I've been finding on Podbean. So last week we did the Rob Lowe podcast. That was fun. And Chris Pratt was on there with his wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt. And she's his biggest cheerleader. It says here on People. Chris Pratt, his wife, is his biggest cheerleader. The actor tweeted to applaud her. She's currently pregnant. She's got a new podcast. She's got an amazing new podcast. She's pregnant in quarantine and working her butt off. It's based on her best-selling book. So, what's the podcast? The Gift of Forgiveness. With Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt. Let's see. And she's got her first guest on here. Sean Hayes. I'm not talking about the guys from that one podcast, but this is the Katherine Schwarzenegger podcast.
Headspace Studios.
That's the Skype sound.
Uh-oh.
Sean.
What's happening?
The only person to use a camera in
Oh, I turned it off. Oh my God. Okay, watch
No, leave it on. I like that you also have a fully professional podcast.
I know, right?
microphone.
Well, it's you, and I want to be prepared, and I want to, I want to look good.
I mean, where did you even come across a podcast microphone in these days?
You not just drive around and look at people's garbage.
Yeah.
Wait, Katherine, tell me everything about this experience, about starting this podcast, and are you having fun?
Having so much fun. It's actually really nice to do it. To do it from home, obviously, is very convenient and nice. Everybody's available. Everybody's home, so there's not like a ton of people, saying they can't do certain things, which is nice.
But the people who say no, you're like, really? Really?
Yeah, totally.
I'm so proud of you, honey. You've come so far and you're doing so well. And
Oh, thank you.
I love you and I'm so proud of you. I think it's so
Everyone is
great
so
to
proud
That's
of
so
her.
sideline and watch you keep growing. By the way, we're rolling, right? We're getting all
Yeah.
this is gold.
We are, in fact, rolling. Welcome to the show. I'm Katherine
Welcome to the
Schwarzenegger
show.
Pratt. From Headspace Studios, this is The Gift of Forgiveness,
Oh.
a podcast filled with inspiring stories from those who've overcome the unforgivable. On this series, we're talking to people
What?
about the topic of forgiveness and moments in their lives where they've struggled to forgive. You might be wondering why I'm
maybe I need
hosting
to go
a
on
show
this
about
podcast.
forgiveness. It's a topic that seems so simple. Life brings challenges, and with it, hurt, anger, and betrayal.
Yeah.
I found
all
myself
about
saying
that.
that I had forgiven someone when I didn't really mean
Arnold?
it. I hadn't actually moved on. So then I started
Talking
thinking,
about Arnold?
why was this so hard? Why couldn't I just let it go and forgive?
Let it go.
So I started talking to everyone I could. Friends, family, experts, religious leaders, and strangers who had incredible forgiveness stories of their own. I heard stories of people who were able to forgive what seemed to me to be the most unforgivable things.
Oh, man.
Those
Sounds
stories
intense.
then led me to my book, The Gift of Forgiveness.
Oh, check out the book. It's all based on a book. All right, we can't get too much into this, but as you can tell, they did it over Skype. The sound quality is pretty bad. They need a sound engineer there to explain how you record both sides of the thing, and then someone splices it together. This is from Headspace Studios. They do the meditation stuff. It's interesting. I Maybe they have some other podcasts. So everyone's so proud of Katherine Schwarzenegger. She forgave somebody, probably Arnold. That's my guess. But she also did a book, Gift of Forgiveness. And maybe that'll, that makes sense. You do a podcast, or you do a book and then a podcast. She talked to some different people about forgiveness. Some of these people I've never heard of. So maybe check out the book first. And then check out the podcast. And she picked her mom as Maria Shriver. So anyway, this is also the celeb corner. Learning so much about celebs now. There's a couple of celebs that had just started a podcast, so this is good. This is good stuff. A new podcast. Right as I was starting to look into new celeb podcasts, and wouldn't you know, one dropped 2 days ago. And everyone's talking about it. It's a new podcast called Smartless. And this is with Sean Hayes, who was just on the forgiveness one, Will Arnett, and Jason Bateman. And they're all famous actor guys. Let's see what their podcast is about.
Welcome to Smartless with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and me, Will Arnett. Each week, one of us brings on a special guest and surprises the other two. They don't know who the guest is, which makes it fun. And then we laugh and we get a little less smartless. So I guess more smarter. We should have named it more smarter. Anyway,
asses.
come take a ride on the Smartless train.
It's a good song.
Our show Smartless would like to thank our presenting sponsor, AutoZone.
Thanks, AutoZone.
Don't be smart less when it comes to your car. Visit AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Will, congratulations. You just had a baby. That's pretty amazing.
It should be noted, my partner had a baby. I didn't do it.
But you pushed just as hard
I sure did. I
during
pushed
the
her.
whole thing.
I was like, what are you made of? I was like the great Santini in the delivery room. Just had a baby boy, little Denny.
That's incredible. Just last night.
Yeah, so crazy. Do I look tired?
Last night, he had a
did.
baby and
So
he's doing
way
podcasts.
to hang in there with your girl.
Holy crap.
You just thought you'd pop over for a podcast, huh?
Well, I mean, somebody's got to pay the doctor bills. Do you understand? We don't have health care in this country. Like, I'm just...
Are they
You're not
both
insured?
still in the hospital? Are they both?
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
wow.
and where are you? You're at home and
You're at home?
doing a podcast. That's great.
Well,
so you got a pretty stiff deductible, I guess.
And I had to come home and sauna and cold plunge first. I mean, listen, this chassis, as you would say, Jason, it's no fluke, okay?
Wow, that's
I actually, as you guys know, I was a little late getting here. All of a sudden I stood up and I was like, babe, I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Raced out and jumped in the car, drove home, got on here doing this, and I'm going to be right back at it. But I just actually came from feeding him myself. He took a little extra in the bottle, and it was just unbelievable.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jason.
Yeah, no, I got it.
yeah.
I got to look at him. It looks like he's about to poop any second.
He's gonna poop. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll check that one out later. Their guest. So the concept of the show is they talk about stuff. A nice surprise in each episode. One of the hosts reveals his mystery guest. So their guest on this episode is Dax Shepard, and he's got his own podcast that I think I have queued up here. Too many pods. I want to see their big reveal of the guest. If I can, let's see, how long do you think they're going to ramble on? We'll say about 10 minutes. I want to see the big reveal where they're like, what?
Working have been with all three of you guys, where I've had a great time.
Likewise.
That's everything. That's the whole reason to do the job after a while.
That's him. It's such a blast working with the guys. Okay, well, I couldn't quite land there. I wanted to hear the big reveal, but we don't have time to do that. He's got his own podcast, Dax Shepard. And it's called armchair expert. So seems like a lot of fun. The armchair expert. So he's talking to, I've got one pulled up here with Rob Lowe, and it's all connected. The celebs and their pods, they all guest on each other's podcasts, and that is the big draw on the pod, is that, hey, we'll get this podcaster and all of his friends will come join in. And maybe that's why we ended up on this network, is that we probably need to deliver some of our big guests. And I'm just now realizing that most of our big guests are connected to the other network. So, we'll have to find some new guests or something. That'll be a challenge, but I'm ready to deal with it in any way I can. And I probably need to think some more about forgiveness too, just to go back to that. Maybe I should forgive some people in my life who wronged me in the wrongest ways you could ever imagine. Let's do a quick clip of the armchair expert, and then we've got to get into another good segment.
Welcome. I tried to go extra low, did you? Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Shepard.
How low can you go?
Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Shepard.
That's low. Let me try.
Okay. Welcome. Sounds like a little kid when a little kid tries to make an adult voice.
It does.
I don't want to go to school.
Welcome.
His name was Dax.
That's I can do.
Welcome.
That's
a whole different thing.
yeah,
isn't it?
that's a different thing.
Okay. Boy, I'm sorry, Rob Lowe.
Rob
Lowe. Well, your name. The audience didn't hear your name.
Oh, Miniature Mouse Padman.
Miniature Mouse Pad. Today we have Rob Lowe. You know Rob Lowe, goddammit. If you don't know Rob Lowe, throw your phone out the window.
Well, no, just get to know him.
No, if you don't know him, crash your car into a telephone pole.
Oh my goodness.
Rob Lowe is an actor, producer, and director. He's also a damn good writer, as we'll get into. He has won 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, been nominated for 6 Golden Globes, and nominated for a Primetime Emmy. He's been in some of my favorite movies, of course, Outsiders at the top of that list, which we talk a bunch about. There's so much tasty gossip in this episode, more than normal.
It is. It feels like you're getting a real inside scoop on some old Hollywood tales.
Yeah, I really loved talking to Rob. And he has a podcast as well. You can listen and subscribe to
he's got a
Literally
podcast
with
too.
Rob Lowe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and all your major podcast apps. That is coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for Literally with Rob Lowe. Please enjoy Mr. Rob Lowe. We are supported by my very, very favorite supplement, Athletic Greens.
Wow. We love the supplements. In the About Me, I was just checking that out. You notice how I sort of have just tuned these out, not paying attention. His bio here about the podcast. I am Dax Shepard. So if you don't know who this guy is, where you been for the last? Where is this? What is his big movie that he was on? Why is this guy famous? He's Dax Shepard. I love talking to people. I'm endlessly fascinated by the messiness of being human, and I find people who are vulnerable and honest about their struggles and shortcomings to be incredibly sexy. What? I invite you to join me as I explore other people's stories. I'm going to celebrate everybody. I don't know. I know that he's married to another celeb. And was he on Scrubs? And what was his big show? Why can't I remember this? Normally I know all about the celebs. He was in Idiocracy. He was on Punk'd. And The Ranch. So he's a big famous guy, and he doesn't really look like he's been in very many good movies or TV shows that I've heard of. We should check the old IMDb. Maybe someone's gonna get back to me and really be like, "What are you talking about?" Okay, he was in Idiocracy, and that's what we have going on. It's kind of like what we have going on right now. That's a joke that a lot of people make. I've never seen the movies, but I'm still going to make the joke. All right. So he's famous. He was in one movie. He was in the show Parenthood. Okay. Well, there you go. That's why he's famous. And he was in Chips. Chips. Okay, and he was in this. What is this? This is a movie, Zathura, a space adventure. That looks weird. It looks like a kid's movie. Okay. What's the next segment? Well, we've got a fun one coming up here. For our next segment, we'll come back to all the celeb podcasts. Don't worry about it. We'll be back where we can really focus and hone in on some of these other celeb podcasts. Here we go. But here's the next segment. In the meantime, let's check it out. And here it is. It's the contest corner. What? We've got a special entry for the contest corner. This is a special listener shout out, an entry for the contest corner. One of our listeners, one of our patrons even, won a freaking contest. Can you believe that? That's crazy. We need everybody entering contests. We need everybody entering contests. And so you can get on the contest corner. That's the only way to get on. Enter a contest. So it's our username, How Intensive. Have you ever heard of this guy? How Intensive won a big contest. What? And he sent the screenshot, so I went over to check out the Instagram. And it's for a curling team, Team Flurry. Tracy Fleury and some other people. It's a curling team of ladies, and that's cool. And they're from I got a picture of them in front of Canada, something about Canada. I think they're from either the US or they're from Canada, one of those two. I can't figure it out right now. I'm sure we'll be corrected and the listeners will send emails. And we need the listeners to respond. It's just one of those funny podcast bits you can do is like, everyone's going to send me a nasty email because I didn't get the curling thing right. Anyway, giveaway alert. It's the moment you've been waiting for, Fibbage Friday. This week we'll receive a Kristen McCoosh autographed jersey. What do you think her fib is? So you had to, in order to enter the contest, you had to answer the question. What's one of the fibs? Number 1, her brother is a Canadian junior champion. Number 2, her hometown is known to be the heart of Canada. Number 3, she's left-handed but curls and plays other sports right-handed. She's currently taking courses at the University of Athabasca in Alberta. And this was a contest that ended last week. Enjoy the weekend. So we got a bunch of entries here. Number 3, 4. These are what people think the big fib is. A lot of people are saying that she's not taking courses at University of Athabasca. And I wonder what the real answer appears to be 4. That's what most people guessed. But How Intensive got it right. He won the contest. Because the contest closed. Congrats to our winner, How Intensive. Please DM us to claim your jersey. Kristen's brother is a 2013 junior champion. She's from the heart of Canada. She started an online program through the university. So the big fib, I guess, was she's left-handed but curls and plays other sports right-handed. Number 3. So all these people don't think a woman who plays sports can go to college and go to university. So congrats to How Intensive for winning the big curling jersey. The signed curling jersey. That's pretty cool. I have yet to win a contest. I haven't really entered any contests. But I've been trying to look into how to do a contest. And a lot of what I've come up with is a lot of people use a website called Gleam. Beautiful competitions. These are beautiful competitions. People are talking about them. They're easy to set up. It's easy to set up and run giveaways, contests, and sweepstakes that drive real user engagement. From Gleam. Over 1 million contests. So this is how a lot of people do it. I don't know if this is how Murray in J08 is doing it.
What is up, everyone?
The Gleam app. So they run lots of contests, built-in viral sharing, refer friends for extra entries. So, and you can do a one-click entry. Once a user registers their social accounts, they'll be able to enter your competitions with just one click. Whoa. So they have to sign up for Gleam. I'm not sure. They have a responsive widget, so that's good. You can run your contests with Gleam. We've refined our widget to provide maximum performance. The average conversion rate is 36%. That's pretty good, I guess. I don't really know how this works. Easily draw and display the winners. We make it easy to filter out invalid entries. Run gorgeous photo competitions. This is a lot of what people do. You can do it through Twitch. Make Twitch contests fun. Our widget takes less than 5 minutes to set up and deploy on your channel. So you can set up, I guess if you enter with your Twitch account, I don't really understand how this works, but I'm talking about it on the show. A lot of people use it. It's Gleam. And they've got Patreon too. What kind of Patreon contests can we do? Let's see. Gleam supports the ability to log in with Patreon as an action type. This means you can open up a competition to any Patreon user, simply add it as an action, and once they log in via Patreon, they will get an entry. Patreon visit. We'll do a contest about maybe watching and listening to some of the stuff that I post, and that'll get people listening. Is that something we could do? I guess a lot of people listen in their podcast app. We got some from YouTube. We got SoundCloud. Grow your YouTube channel with giveaways. Build fun YouTube giveaways. So, I don't know how it works with spending money on buying stuff. Award an entry to users who log in with YouTube. So it's not making too much sense to me. So it's a good thing that I brought it up. But I did see a thread here on Reddit about different giveaways and stuff. People use Gleam giveaway. Okay, you can tell I didn't really prepare this one too much. But that's something that people do. Some other giveaway stuff. Some giveaway contest controversy. Twitch is forcing U.S. Army to stop tricking viewers with fake giveaways. So the U.S. Army has a Twitch channel, and it's been all the controversy and stuff going on these days. People are trolling. People are trolling the troops. What's gotten into people? What's wrong with you people? Trolling the troops? Trolling the troops. So they've been using their Twitch channel to fish for potential recruits. It came under fire for issuing bans who've asked about war crimes. This week, a report by The Nation pointed out that, among other things, the channel had a habit of running fake controller giveaways that redirected viewers to a recruitment page. Twitch is forcing the Army to stop. Well, not much you can do about that. Army can do whatever they want, though. They've got all the big guns and bombs and stuff, so good luck with that, Twitch. You can tell the troops not to do a fake giveaway. The giveaways took place repeatedly in the chat. Offered viewers a chance to an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. Clicking the link, however, would send viewers to a recruitment page with no additional mention of a contest, odds, total number of winners, or when a drawing will occur. Twitch viewers and streamers reacted with disbelief. The The silence from Twitch on the latest wave of criticism regarding the military using the site to scam kids into sharing personal info speaks volumes, said streamer Jason Man vs. Game. Imagine any other channel doing that. Feel free to manipulate your viewers as much as you like, I guess. Hey, Twitch, is using your platform to run scams always against the terms of service? Dang, people are going off on the troops. But per the terms of service, promotions on Twitch must comply with all applicable laws. The promotion did not comply with the terms. Dang. The Army is the official sponsor of Twitch's esports brand and channel Twitch Rivals. The Army logo appears on the side of esports broadcasts centered around big name games like all your favorite games, even chess. Dang. Man versus Game. He went off on the Army, so he better watch out. Interesting. So that's it, I guess. That's it for the contests. I think. I'm getting sleepy. There's also a list of Gleam contests. Every time I say the segment's over, I've got one more thing to talk about. This is a separate website, Gleam List. So Gleam List is the largest database of running Gleam giveaways. Most can be entered in less than 30 seconds. For entering, view the terms and conditions provided at the bottom of the page. There are no new giveaways for a few hours. Please email this thing, and this new search feature will be added soon. So I got all these different giveaways. You can enter these. Maybe I should do one of these. We got Hot Hardware's Ryzen and Radeon giveaway with Asetek and AMD. And that's a freaking... that's a graphics card. I could do some Bitcoin farming. The competition has ended, though. So that one just ended. So I guess I could enter... The next one here is the Robux giveaway. I don't know what the hell that is. Enter subscribing on my YouTube channel. Visit Gaming World on YouTube. Those are the ways to enter. So that's where they get you. You've got to subscribe, like and subscribe, and tap the bell icon. And that's how they get you through Gleam List. So that's one way to do it. We've also got the Worship Summit Summer Giveaway from PTZ Optics. Win a PTZ Optics camera to install in your church. You can attend church, and you'll get a streaming camera for your church. This is kind of cool. Let's see, anything else good on here? 1,000 V-Bucks. Need some V-Bucks. Hey, win a Kindle Fire summer giveaway. I need one of those. Laura Heffernan win a Kindle Fire summer giveaway. What? I just read that one. Voice Fluencer collectible card giveaway. Oh, that sounds interesting. The Voice Den with Terry Fisher. The Voice Den 3 Voice Fluencer. Win a couple of unique collectible NFT Voice Fluencer trading cards, featuring the very special guests on the Voice Den. There are only 29 NFT non-fungible tokens. What the hell is this? Voice Fluencer. The Voice Den with Dr. Terry Fisher. Well, this is interesting. Let's see if we can check out the Voice Den. Sponsored by Amazon Alexa with Dr. Terry Fisher. A reality show with premium access to the Voice Fluencer, and you are on the hot seat. What? The Voice Den is the place to have a powwow with the Voice Fluencers, the most influential personalities in the voice industry. What? Give me a seat. I want to join the Voice Fluencers. Revolutionary. What is this? Hanging out with the Voice Fluencers. The Voice Den. What the hell are these people? The purveyor of pop, Jeff Blankenberg. What is this? The Voice Fluencers. The magician, Adam Shire. Miss Prof. What is this? A software engineer? Previous voice fluencers. Pete Erickson. Audrey Arbini. The voice fluencers. I'm just going to keep saying it until I figure out what it is. Terry Fisher is a sport and exercise physician and clinical assistant professor at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada. He's a TEDx, is the host and founder and host of Alexa in Canada. Of course it would be a freaking Canadian thing. I want to be on the Voice Den. Do you have to have a good voice to be on the Voice Den? What is the voice fluencer? I gotta get to the bottom of what the voice fluencer is. Maybe we'll be on the next episode. We'll have figured out what the voice fluencer is. I'll post it in the Discord. People can figure out what the hell it is and tell me. All right, let's do one more segment. I'm getting tired. I want to go to sleep. Of course, we've got one of our favorite guys ever, and he's got a new post that we got to check it out. So let's do it right now. You know what it is. I don't even have to say what it is, but I got to play the drop. Here we go. It's time to gush, baby. What? Whew. And here we go. This is pretty good. I checked this one out right before we got on the air. Let's see it. Let's just pause this music. You got to hear it in its entirety. Here we go.
Are you a premature ejaculator?
What the hell? Are you a premature ejaculator? Ew. What is he talking about? That sounds gross. But it's Chris Gusher. He loves to gush. And he's all about business. So what the hell is this all about?
Let's find out. Are you a founder? Do you spend 90% of your day chasing down investors? Do you beg people for intros to VCs every chance you get? Do you chase down connections who know someone, who knows someone, who knows someone, only to be blown off or ghosted after all that effort? Do you wake up in cold sweats because you live in the middle of nowhere with none of these magical connections? Are you joining every startup webinar in the hopes of making that one special investor connection your friend? Do you get itchy and scratchy at the thought of another startup event? Well, my friend, you may have premature ejaculation, or in medical circles, PI.
What the hell? These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA.
Premature ejaculation affects many startup founders. What is premature ejaculation? PI is going after investors prematurely before ample value is created. It's the self-destructive act of spending too much time chasing down investors versus value creation. Premature ejaculators blow their time wad up front by spending way too much time and effort trying to get investors in the beginning stage of their company. Time that could have been spent creating value, listening to markets, and making better products. Or even, dare I say it, creating a self-sustaining company. Oh yeah. But don't worry, if you're a founder with a bad case of PI, there is a cure. The cure for PI is to prioritize value creation over investors. When you create enough value, the investors come a-knocking, and you're in a stronger position and get better terms. And the funny thing is, most times if you do this, you don't need investors. The cure for premature ejaculation? Prioritize. Go online and get your free sample now. Wow, I really didn't think I'd be able to pull that off without cracking up at some point, especially with the first time I said, premature ejaculation.
Keep going at gusher.com. What? Man, that's Chris Gusher for you. He's got a lot of crazy videos. Right? That's pretty good. He's only got 42 followers, though. People are missing out on some of this content. I'm going to like that. All right, well, I think that's it for the show today. Thanks for listening to the show. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to tap the bell icon, everybody. Check out the podcasts and listen to some more episodes or something. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next time in the Cool Podcast. That's pretty much it. We're happy to be on the new network. Shout out to Big Jim Nation.
Dunk your head in the hell toilet.
And thanks for listening to the show. I'll just go ahead and go to the famous outro music. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll see you next time. We'll be seeing you on the Cool Podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Look at that.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my word.
Ooh, it's so good.
You have just listened to a Big Jim Nation podcast on the Big Jim Nation Podcast Network. Hope you liked it. Shout out to Big Jim Nation.
Are you a premature ejaculator?